And we now move on, viewers, to take a look at what's happening in Tamil Nadu. DMK snapping ties with the Congress. Now, MP Kanimozhi has written to Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla to rearrange seats in Lok Sabha. Those are the details that we have as of now. Kanimozhi has written to Lok Sabha Speaker for rearrangement of the seats in Lok Sabha as ties with the Congress party have broken. Let's also in fact go across to my colleague Belly Thomas, who is reporting on this. Belly, very important how Kanimozhi has now come out and asked for a rearrangement of the seats. She's also, remember, not denied joining hands with the AIA-DMK, even though Stalin may have said that. Kanimozhi remained unambiguous in her stance.
Kriti, can you repeat the question?
Belly, talk us through the contents of the letter that Kanimozhi has now written to the Lok Sabha Speaker asking for rearrangements of seats in Lok Sabha, especially after ties with the Congress have broken. And what is it that the DMK is now foreseeing for the party in Tamil Nadu?
Kanimozhi is kind of clear on her stand that she is going to obey or follow whatever the party leader.
She's going to obey or follow whatever the party leader MK Stalin says, and he is of the view that DMK would sit in the principal opposition, while any parties allied with the DMK could join the Tamil Nadu Vetri Kazhagam, and there is no objection from the DMK is what Stalin has made his decision. And on the ongoing crisis, Stalin had reiterated that he would not cause any disturbance for TVK forming a government, or it would see for kind of 6 months how the government is doing, while also mentioning that his certain schemes like the free breakfast for children and the 1,000 rupees for the women head of households should continue even when TVK chief Vijay takes over the government, is what he has mentioned.
All right, Belly, stay on with me. In fact, I'm also joined in by NewsX editor-in-chief Rishabh Gulati with us. Rishabh, it's over to you.
You know, let's examine in perspective what has happened, right? As far as the DMK is concerned, they have been the senior partner in Tamil Nadu. The last time the Congress formed a government in Tamil Nadu was 1967. Okay. Now, if you are in the DMK, you have gone through the worst of your political times at the time when Manmohan Singh was Prime Minister of this country, when the lady on your screens, Kanimozhi, the sister of MK Stalin, was sent to jail over 2G, when senior leadership of the DMK was sent to jail. That, remember, wasn't in the era of Narendra Modi. That was during the time of a Congress government, UPA government at the center. Now, if you look at it from the DMK's perspective, they were wiped out to zero in the Lok Sabha when the 2G scandal happened. All of these people have made a comeback. Kanimozhi is back, A. Raja back in parliament. The DMK is the large party in Tamil Nadu, and the Congress has always been, in our lifetimes, the junior partner. What has the Congress done in the past few days? They are trying to chance it. They are trying to become, and in politics, chancing it is perfectly fine. You got 5 seats, okay? Not enough, unfortunately, to take it over the line with Vijay. Not sure whether Vijay wants you or not to help him take it over the line, but numbers do matter. So, as far as the DMK is concerned, they are thinking we are the senior partner. Yes, we've had a poor showing at the elections. We've had a poor showing because something has happened with Vijay to the point that people like MK Stalin have lost their seats. And now the junior party is stabbing us in the back. Now, if you understand how the politics of the DMK works, is MK Stalin heir apparent to the Karuna legacy in the state. The political legacy, MK Stalin is the heir apparent. His son Udayanadi is the next generation. Yeah. The half-sister in this case, Kanimozhi, she has been holding fort in Delhi. That's how the family has divided responsibilities. She is the face of the party at the center, at the national leadership. She runs the show here, MK Stalin holds the fort where the power base is in Tamil Nadu. The DMK doesn't have any presence in any state other than their home state of Tamil Nadu. Now, Kanimozhi has done a technicality. She's told the Lok Sabha Speaker that the bloc, which is the Indy bloc, which was a pre-poll alliance, which sits together, don't want to sit together. The alliance with the Indian National Congress ceases to exist. What does this now mean, Kriti? Now, this is the more important part. The DMK lives to fight another day. As I've mentioned, they have been at the flat end during Karuna's time. We all remember when Jayalalitha was in power, he was dragged from his house when he was put behind bars on corruption charges. He returned the favor many years later, but they've seen ups and downs. Okay, they've seen the down, as I mentioned, 0 seats wiped out in the Lok Sabha after 2G took place. Yeah. So they've seen their downs, but they are pretty confident that they'll live to fight another day. 5 years now, you have an MK Stalin in his 70s, Udayanadi coming up. They are pretty confident that Vijay, he might have had a flavor this time, but we live to fight another day. Can the Congress reach a spot where they recover to form a government in Tamil Nadu in the next 5 years? Almost impossible, very, very unlikely. Now, if you look at this from the larger picture, just 2.5 years ago, the opposition was focused under this Indy alliance. They could not figure out a leader of this Indy alliance, but the alliance existed. Yeah. It was a complicated alliance. You had the left, which was part of the alliance at the central level, but they were competing at the state level in Kerala with the Congress. You had the Aam Aadmi Party, which was part of the alliance at the central level, but they were competing against the Congress in Punjab and in Delhi. So it was an unhappy, uneasy alliance, but the alliance existed. What is the fate of that alliance, which is the moot point over here?
And if I may add there, Rishabh, it was only Stalin at the time who had said that he was ready to back
Rahul Gandhi,
yes, as the chief minister.
Nobody else,
when
not
nobody
Mamta,
else had said
not
that.
Mamta, not Nitish, not Chandrababu Naidu, not Arvind Kejriwal. Only Stalin had said that I back future Prime Minister Rahul Gandhi. Yeah. So, but what's happened to all the alliance players? Okay, Mamta Banerjee is now defeated in Bengal. That's her power base. She is hoping to live to fight another day, but she's defeated in Bengal. Okay, the Aam Aadmi Party has been split in the Rajya Sabha. The majority of its MPs have jumped ship and now are part of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Okay, so there's a split there, and they've lost Delhi to the BJP. Okay, the DMK is lost in Tamil Nadu. All right, Nitish is now headed to the center to become a union minister after having handed over power to a BJP chief minister in Bihar. Chandrababu Naidu is back in power in Andhra. Yeah. Okay,
and with the NDA.
And with the NDA and staying there, and despite all the things that we were told that this would be an uneasy, unhappy alliance, they would split. It would be a minority government at the center. None of those have come, and we are almost half the term of the Lok Sabha is already over. More than 2 years have already gone. So, of the overall party base of the Indy alliance, the DMK is now out. Mamta Banerjee has lost her power base. Arvind Kejriwal has lost his power base in Delhi. Nitish and Chandrababu, who both positioned themselves to be leaders of the Indy alliance at one point of time, are now with the BJP, firmly with the BJP, not going anywhere. Transition of powers going in. So the very existential question is this the end of the Indy alliance? Logic would tell you in politics you can't presage what's going to happen 2 years later.
But what do we make of, Rishabh? I want to understand from you. Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav now going and meeting Mamta Banerjee, now backing DMK openly. What are they then trying to do? Should we say DMK is out of the India alliance, or is it the Congress that's nowhere there in the picture?
No, but what are the options Akhilesh has got? Okay, if you were Akhilesh, 2 years ago you were riding high. So what has Akhilesh's history been? Akhilesh went through a very problematic transition of power from his father unto himself. Okay, the reason it was problematic was because there were many family members and uncles who wanted the power for themselves. They said, we waited for Mulayam to be the leader of the party. Now, if he's retiring, we as the brothers of Mulayam take over before the son of Mulayam takes over. So the entire, I would call it a charade, took place, and the father-son had a fight. We've seen that same thing happen in Karnataka, where we've seen it, the fight between Deve Gowda and his son H.D. Kumaraswamy. Eventually, the transition of power was successful. Akhilesh managed to take wrest control of the Samajwadi Party. And look what happened in 2024. Look at the performance of the Samajwadi Party in the Lok Sabha. If you took away those many MPs from the Bharatiya Janata Party in the most populous and important state for that party, up until last month, you were really looking forward to the 2027 elections. You thought you had a chance. But in the last 2 years, every single government that has gone to elections in Haryana, in Delhi, in Bihar, now in Bengal, has gone the BJP's way. So you are a lot more uncomfortable with the pattern that has been set post the Lok Sabha elections if you're Akhilesh. But what are options with Akhilesh? He's tied up with the Congress. Okay, they've gone and contested elections arm in arm. It didn't achieve anything. And if something from the Bengal elections tell you is that the next election in UP in 2027 is going to be even more polarized on religious lines, on caste lines, and in which case for Akhilesh the Congress is the problem. Those are the people going to eat his votes, not necessarily the BJP. So this is a battle for 2027. Akhilesh cared two hoots about the fate of Mamata Banerjee and MK Stalin. He is considering himself. How does he position himself for 2027 to take on Yogi and the BJP machine in UP? And right now, if you are these third parties, you are really doing a double take on the pattern that the electorate is sending us. Right. Now, the only last consideration here, Kriti, is this something that the Congress is okay with? Are there certain senior Congress leaders, I know for sure that they are, who are thinking, so be it, it's actually good for us that these regional parties get cut down to size, that India starts heading into a national two-party sort of dynamic, because that benefits us in the long run, that these people get cut down to size, because they were all treating Congress. Akhilesh treats Congress as junior partner in UP. Okay, Mamata treated Congress as the biggest enemy, and for Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, ask him what he thinks of Mamata Banerjee. The DMK gave all the impossible side seats to the Congress, didn't really give them power sharing in the state in terms of giving them ministers in Tamil Nadu either. Aam Aadmi Party was what destroyed the Congress in Delhi. Delhi was a bastion for the Congress, not destroyed by the BJP, destroyed by Arvind Kejriwal. He destroyed the Congress, not the BJP. So somewhere in the Congress you're thinking it's a good deal, but what's the bottom line? The bottom line is the India alliance as we knew it for the past 5 years currently doesn't exist anymore.
All right, let's address that breaking as well that we are flashing on our screens. In fact, Rishabh, now DMK's Kanimozhi Karunanidhi also has shared a post on X seemingly shading Congress. She shared a screenshot of Akhilesh Yadav's tweet in which he shared his pictures with Mamata Banerjee and MK Stalin and wrote, "We are the ones who abandon each other in hardships." To this, Kanimozhi replied and thanked Akhilesh Yadav for his solidarity and support. So, Rishabh, clearly what is evident is that the SP and DMK are together in its attack on the Congress party. But in your assessment, on the part of the Congress, is this opportunism or is it course correction when it comes to siding with the TVK in Tamil Nadu? Because after all, what option did the Congress really have to survive?
No, of course it's opportunism. Who doesn't do opportunism in politics? Everybody does opportunism in politics. Okay? Every single MP, MLA, everybody who switches sides from one party to the other, everybody is opportunistic. The objective is to be in power. So from the political calculus, real politic of it, if you had 5 MLAs in Tamil Nadu and you had a chance to form a government with another partner, would you take that chance? You would take that chance. So, is the Congress giving it a shot? Yes, because what have they got to lose? The party hasn't formed a government in the state in 60 years. The DMK never given them an important ministerial berth in the longest time. What was their future going to be? It was going to be wither away anyway in Tamil Nadu. So, from that point of view, have they chanced it? Yes. But from a optics point of view, okay, when you are saying, is there a machinery that is saying rest of India versus the juggernaut of the Bharatiya Janata Party that rules the vast swathe from west to east and northeast, led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, that we are all going to put aside our differences, and the reality is, no, you could never put aside your differences. Rahul Gandhi was campaigning against Mamata Banerjee in Bengal because he needed to. So is a certain segment of the Congress going, listen, the decimation of the regional parties is good for us because we would have become number 3, number 4 party otherwise at the national level. And that's it. Then it's game over for us forever and ever, for decades to come, for us to ever be able to revive at the center from 45 MPs to 100 MPs to where we want to be in a position to be a single largest party. At some stage, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, whatever the long-term planning is. And unfortunately or fortunately for the Congress, a lot of their hedging of bets is done on long-term planning. They are still thinking that Rahul Gandhi is still in his 50s, he's got time, we'll get a chance in 10 years, 5 years. They're still thinking that we can sort of sow this out. But if you're Akhilesh, if you're Mamta and you're MK Stalin, you have put your foot down. And I don't think this rift gets sorted. I think an Arvind Kejriwal joins this camp very readily. He's got to take on the Congress in Punjab very shortly once again. And you are going to see a third front in its true sense shorn of the Congress. And the Congress has to now decide whether that's a good thing for them for their long-term perspectives, or that's the end. Divided, an opposition divided is the last thing that gives the BJP what it wanted, is influence in a lot more states, even where regional parties are strong players.
All right. With that, we're also, in fact, getting in a response from the Congress on its relationship with the DMK. The Congress has responded. Let's take that. Congress MP Manikam Tagore has claimed that Congress walked out of the DMK alliance only after seeing through design of the DMK in joining hands with the AIADMK. In a social media post, he said Rahul Gandhi called MK Stalin. He called Mamta Banerjee on the result day itself. The next morning, Rahul Gandhi backed Mamta publicly. He said BJP stole 100 seats in Bengal. Congress supported TVK to respect people's mandate to form a stable government to keep the NDA out. And now, Godi media blames Congress. Pro-DMK media blames Congress, but DMK is talking to AIADMK with BJP's blessings. That's practically NDA by another name. So tell me, should Congress have helped NDA come to power? TVK has been anti-BJP from day one. Congress stood with that no apology. So that's the word that's coming in from the Congress party. Rishabh, Congress, of course, unapologetic. But as far as the Dravidian politics is concerned, that we are seeing, saying with TVK's victory, the duopoly has been eliminated. Do you see, is it likely at all for the DMK and the AIADMK to come together in a bid to oppose the TVK?
Yeah, can it happen? But you have to understand, when we say AIADMK, what do we mean? The AIADMK, as we recognized it for the past 20-30 years, as the party of MGR, whose inheritor after a short while became Jayalalitha, that these towering personalities who represented the AIADMK and had the wherewithal in terms of personality, because personality cults matter in Tamil Nadu. Let's take it for what it is. Is there somebody in this existing AIADMK with that personality cult and that orbit as a leader to take on? No, there isn't. So when we are saying AIADMK, we are primarily saying that this is a party that was hoping to be an alternative. They've held their own, which is much to say about where Vijay has cut the votes. He's not necessarily cut the votes of the AIADMK. So could a whole en masse AIADMK rebellion take place? 2/3 of the party join the DMK. Could it have happened? Yes, of course it can happen. Why can't it happen? Why wouldn't an MK Stalin want to suppose that? But whose fault it was, what happened, that doesn't take us away from the bottom lines. Bottom line is that the DMK feels we are the state party, the senior partner in Tamil Nadu. We faced an electoral reversal, so be it, we faced them in the past. And at the first sight, you stabbed us in the back. We are no longer with you. And Akhilesh says, yes, I've also seen electoral reversals. I am going to stand by a third front. So now this is a third front. And now we have to wait and watch what the other few regional players, who are the regional players left. Uddhav is deeply cut down to size. Is he a player in Maharashtra politics? In numbers, no. But yes, you can, in percentage of votes, yes, UBT is still a player. So what does Uddhav do? Does he say, I support the Congress? No, he probably supports the third front. What does an Arvind Kejriwal do? He comes out. So you get the re-emergence of the third front, which the Congress was diluting in this form of anti-BJP, anti-Narendra Modi alliance, which is what they were hoping that they could achieve. It never worked, and now it fell apart every time there were elections in the states. It has well and truly now fallen apart in a systemic level. You can't band-aid this, Kriti, at this point of time.
Right.